Want to study in Germany? Then Excella is the best option. Admissions with scholarships available. Call 9881 96666.
Supreme Court lo kuda these issues were settled. I will read out for the interest. The media interest or media debate are all permitted in a democracy by rule of law, subject to one inviolable exception, namely that the media cannot during the course of trial or investigation suggest, publish, telecast that A or B is guilty or that C or D is untrustworthy or an honest witness. This is plainly impermissible, as the said suggestions of guilt, of innocence or creditworthiness of witness etc. are beyond the permissible rights of media. Media cannot usurp the jurisdiction of the courts, which alone has the constitutional authority to decide the guilt, innocence of a person or decide on the content, quality or width of any right available to any citizen, accused, suspect. The rule of law, a basic feature of our constitution, grants every accused a right to ensure that he is tried in accordance with the procedure laid down by the criminal laws on the basis of evidence let in the trial, and without the court trying the case being influenced by a parallel trial by media and discussions by the media in regard to matters which are sub judice. Half-truths and misinformation cannot be the basis of publications or telecast. The media cannot be given the right to speculate on the outcome of the ongoing investigations or the court proceedings or criminal trials. Publication of leaks from the investigation agencies and to level allegations against individuals based on such leaks are not protected by the freedom of press under Article 19A of the Constitution, and it cannot be a defense that what was telecast was the allegation based on the prima facie findings of an investigation agency, or worse, on the basis of suspicions of an investigation agency. As far as criminal trial is concerned, any reporting beyond the factual statement of what has transpired in a courtroom can be curbed in a given case. Though the media performs the vital public function of being the communicator and the link between the courts of law and the people, its rights are also regulated, and the fundamental right of speech and expression cannot be allowed to trample upon the rights available to the other citizens, accused or suspect. Reports telecast having the effect of prejudicing mankind against the parties, and the court before the case is heard clearly interferes with the course of justice. A larger negative impact to a trial by media, a more subtle one, which often goes unnoticed, also needs a mention. In a trial by media, which apart from adversely affecting the rights of the accused for a fair trial, has immense power to influence public opinion. A perception is created for or against the accused in the mind of the layman, so much so that when a judge passes a verdict which may be totally against the layman's perception, it causes him to distrust the integrity of the very legal system. The time-tested system of arriving at the conclusion of guilt on the basis of legal evidence need not always be a concept which is familiar to a person untrained in law. Such persons are more comfortable with the version that the media has given him. This loss of faith in justice delivery system is aggravated when the judge, not the judgment itself, is subjected to media criticism. In such cases, trial by media results in denigration of the justice delivery system, which without doubt is the very foundation of the rule of law in any democratic setup. The code, that is CRPC, the code only directs the investigation officer to transmit to the magistrate a copy of the entries in the case diary, and when even the accused is not entitled to get the copy of any of the documents except remand report at that stage, it is difficult to comprehend as to how any other person, citizen, media can get copies of the details which even the accused is not entitled. Still worse will be the case of publication, telecast of the alleged materials referred above, which can only be on the basis of surmises, suspicion. During the course of investigation, the investigation agency is not allowed to divulge the details of investigation of any crime to the public at large on 3 counts, namely principle, authority, and propriety. In addition, he also mentions The norms of journalist code published by Press Council of India 2019 edition also recognizes that in a conflict between fair trial and freedom of speech, fair trial has to necessarily prevail. It is not always advisable to vigorously report crime related to issues in a day-to-day basis, nor to comment on supposed evidence of the crime without ascertaining the factual matrix. This is a part of the journalist code. Victim, witnesses, suspects and accused should not be given excess publicity as it amounts to invasion of their privacy rights. The media is not expected to conduct its own parallel trial or foretell the decision, putting undue pressure on the judge, the jury or the witnesses, or prejudice a party to the proceedings. It's the latest judgment. And it clearly says that minimum discipline, minimum code of conduct is essential for a journalist or media.